Everybody, welcome to MD Live. As we go over a very special announcement, we've been waiting a few months to find out who is going to be in the 2023 Masters Olympia, taking place in August in Cluj, Romania. And here with Giles Tiger Thomas in the UK, behind the scenes, Jen Gerisi in Long Island, New York. We're going to talk about who is in the Masters Olympia. We just watched a video with, it was Tarek El Gundy, Jay Cutler, who was in the left? Alina Popa, the promoter, and of course, Big Steve Weinberger, who will be the head judge. And Giles, we're gonna start with open bodybuilding. They saved it to the end, but everyone who's tuning in right now, that's the main event. So, do you have the list in front of you? I have it in front of me.
Oh, I can get up on my phone. I've got it up on my phone. Well, I know exactly what I want to talk about.
Yeah. So I'm gonna just go while he's doing that. I'm just gonna rattle it off. Fred Biggie Smalls. Haven't seen him in a bit. Yep. Joseph Piersante. I don't know who Joe. Do you know who Joseph is?
Nope.
Well, we're going to find out soon. Josh Lenardowitz from Australia.
Yeah.
Haven't seen him in a few years. Kamal El-Garni, who called Olympia champion.
That was me that Ron. That was me that told him to do it. I said, Kamal, you've got to do the Masters Olympia, and he said, but don't do the 212. You've got to do the Open. I said, you'll win it, and he said, do you think I will? I said, yes. I said, win it. You'll win it. Do it. So I'm really happy about that.
Look at this list, and he's got a hell of a chance. So Ken Jackson, I know Ken. I've seen Ken many times. Logan Robson, I'm not familiar with you, Logan, yet. Marek Olden, oh boy, give me a. I'm going to try this. Marek Oldenizak.
I know him. Yeah, I've seen him compete in the Open a few times. He's pretty good. He gets good condition.
I'm guessing Poland or Slovakia.
Yeah, it's Finland maybe or something like that.
Okay, Max Charles. We know Max. Max Charles. Wow. I mean, yeah, I'd heard he was probably going to do that.
I'd like to see Max do well here. Actually, sorry.
He should. He really should. I mean, he's been top 5 in the Open shows still for the past couple of years. I don't think he's been out of the top 5 once, and he's been second at a few of them. So he's going to be very much in the ring. Mike Eli, Big Mike from Ohio, turned pro at the Masters Nationals the last time I did it, 2013. Big dude from Ohio. Michael Lynn. I think Michael Lynn is the older gentleman who looks like, we used to say that's Dennis Wolf's dad or Dennis Wolf's grandfather when we saw him at the New York Pro. I think it's the same guy. He looks facially, and the hair and everything looks a lot like Dennis Wolf. Michael Lynn, Phil Clayhar, the Jamaican, who in our preview about who we wanted to see in the show, Giles saved me at the very end because I forgot to talk about Phil. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I just would have felt like such an ass, but Giles got him in there, and here he is. He's in the show. So Phil,
I just hope he turns up like he did at the 2021 Texas Pro, because if he does, Kamal's in trouble. Kamal's in trouble.
He's come close to that at a few other shows. If you know that Texas was like his lightning in a bottle show, like Branch Warren, the 2009 Olympia, but he's still been within like 95% of that, which is still very, very good.
I hope he goes all out for this one.
Wow, Robert Bernica from Poland, right?
Yeah, he was a promoter. Yeah, he was a promoter in Poland, and then he comes like
Lithuania. I think he's Lithuanian.
Right. He was a promoter in Poland. He was, because Emilio Martinez was helping him out. He told me the story, and apparently he's like a big YouTube star or TV star or something over there. And he's very, very got a big, huge following and stuff. And they said he's quite a character. So I remember him doing the New York Pro, and he's got those humongous arms. So that'll be interesting because he hasn't competed for years.
He did like an MMA fight too. Do you remember that?
Did he?
He did. He was incredibly slow, clumsy, but it was cool. It was still cool to see a guy with that much muscle mass trying to fight. He didn't get like beaten to death or anything, obviously. Ron Stevens. He's a Ron, so 10 points there, Ron. But I've never heard of him yet. Ron Stevens. I'm curious. And guys, if I'm saying you and I don't know who you are, it's just, you haven't gotten a lot of publicity. But this is a great chance for these people who are like, we actually said this is probably going to be some guys who they looked at in the application process, unknowns. They probably got their pro card at like Masters Nationals, North American, something like that. And we're not necessarily familiar with them, but physique-wise, whoever was the panel who determined who was going to be led into the show must have decided that this guy needs to be in the show. He's good. So if you're an unknown and you're on this list, you must be pretty damn good. Rusty Jeffers.
Wow. Yeah. Somebody said he was going to do it, and I said, no way. I said, he's like well into his 60s. I mean, he still looks amazing.
No, he's not.
He is.
60s?
He must be.
Rusty Jeffers?
Rusty Jeffers, come on. He didn't compete for 30 years.
With that mustache?
Yeah, yeah, but I've seen videos of him. He has a big beard, and he still looks really big. And he's never stopped training. You know, he's managed to maintain that physique. So I'm really interested to see how he looks because I remember, reading about him in the 90s.
Yeah, I mean, he's been around a while, but maybe he is that old. But he does look
50s, maybe. He'd be well into his 50s.
I mean, it's all the same. It's all a blur to me at this point. Sergio Lima. I know the name. I can't put a face to Sergio.
Portugal.
I've seen that name before many times.
He did it. When I took Brandon Curry to Portugal for the Olympia All-Star Tour, they did a training shoot together.
Oh, okay.
Brandon trained arms with Sergio, and he's a really nice guy. He lives in Croydon, but his mother lives in Portugal, so he goes back and forth. He kind of splits his time between the two places, but he's a cool guy.
Croydon have like a soccer team or something?
Who?
Croydon, is that a big soccer team too?
That's football. I don't really know much.
Football, soccer. All the European people, when I called it soccer, probably went, dumbass American. Slavoj Bednar is on the list. I met Slavoj. I think he's from Czech Republic. I met him. Hector and I were at the Indy Pro, and we had like some little time to kill. Yeah. We went to a gym. Went to a gym where Hector was giving a photo to the owner. And he was there. We did a little live thing. He's pretty good. He's cool dude.
He just did the Arnold Brazil.
That's right. Tony Lagreen. I have seen Tony in a couple Masters shows. I want to say like the Tim Gardner shows. So he just turned pro, I believe, a couple years ago. He's in his late 50s. Looks really good. Vincent Galanti. My goodness. I had Vinny on online several times. I've known Vinny since I met him in 1992. That's how long I've known Vinny. Yeah, he's had both shoulders operated on. He's had all kinds of setbacks and comebacks, but good for him because he was training for this. He was posting every day. I'm training for the Masters Olympia, and he didn't know if he'd get in or not. Of course, it's still not till August. It's not like he trained up for, but still, good for you, man. And last but not least, Vladimir Agrinsky. Don't know Vladimir.
Never heard of him.
I'm gonna say Russia, maybe, or Ukraine would be my best guess. Yeah. So. All right, Giles, give me your top in no particular order, your top 3 or top 5.
Josh, Kamal. Oh, hang on. Oh, I can't decide between Max Charles and Phil Clayhar.
Well, it doesn't have to be in the order.
Well, I've got 4 names in my top 3.
Okay, right. Fair.
But we don't know how Josh Lenartowicz will look because he hasn't competed since 2019 Arnold Classic.
Yeah.
And then he had that brain thing, didn't he? He had the brain tumor or something. It
was on the outside of his head. It wasn't like inside his brain, but still, obviously, it knocked him out. He was having horrible headaches, and he went through some tough times with that.
He did. And obviously, they had really bad lockdowns in Australia, and I think it really affected him mentally, and I think he really struggled. I remember watching a lot of his posts. So I'm really happy to see that he's coming back. But
he's somebody who was doing very well in the Open not that long ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, first year.
Remember he won Tampa in 2017. We were there.
Yeah, the first year I had this job, the first time I ever went to Tampa Pro, he was the winner.
2017. I was there.
Yeah, and then did we go to the Olympia that? Is that the year I went to the pool party? 2017, probably. I went to a pool party the day after the Olympia. I think it was 2017. And the first guy I see walking around is Josh Lenartowicz. I'm like, well, we're definitely at the right pool party. But yeah, he's. I'm curious because he was very, very good. Massive guy, pretty damn good shape, massive legs, shoulders.
270 was on stage.
Yeah, but Kamal on paper, man. I mean, this guy's he's done very well very recently. So he almost won the Tampa Pro last year. He got narrowly beat out by Akeem.
Yep.
And then Texas, I think he was 3rd or 4th. Andrew Jack just blew that show away, but still. These are open shows, and he's at 52, I think he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's killing
he never stops training. He never stops. He's not one of these guys that goes and takes 6 months off. He's on it all the time. So, yeah, he's full on.
I think once in a while about Ronnie Coleman, our mutual friend. You know him even better than I do. But Ronnie used to take a full 3 months off after every Olympia. 3 months. I don't know how anybody who loves training the way Ronnie Coleman loved training could not train for 3 months. It just boggles my mind.
Kevin O'Brien would take 6. Sean Ray said he would never start back training until January, February after the Olympias when it was in September. All those guys back then, the only one who didn't do that was Dorian Yates. He was in the gym the next day. So it's probably why It's probably why his career was cut short, because he never actually gave his body a chance to really kind of just clean out and sort of recover really.
Well, I 100% believe Dorian would have kept winning. Yeah.
But then when Ronnie started back training, and he put like 30 pounds on in a week or something.
He did. I actually caught one of his when I went out there in 2005. When I worked out with him, it was February. He'd only been back training for like 3 weeks, I think, at the most. And he wasn't training very hard for him.
Yeah.
And we did, I trained legs with Ronnie. I was very blessed because we picked numbers out of the hat. It wasn't, I got no special treatment because a lot of the people had to go off with Ronnie's buddies and train with them.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you guys are going to go train with Jeff here. You're going to do chest. And I was with there was like 5 or 6 of us got trained legs with Ronnie. Anyway, long story short, I worked up to the heaviest front squat of my life, which was 405. Wow. Had never done it before in my life, but Ronnie Coleman's behind me, yelling. Yeah. He didn't help, but he just that mental thing. So when I was done with it, he took it off and I struggled for like 8 reps. I almost died. Ronnie went boop 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 like 10, 12 reps, put it back like it was nothing. So Ronnie was a specimen, man. All right, let's get back. 212. We're going in reverse order, guys. 212 is going to be a great show too. Jen, if you can you pull that list up? Jen Jarisi? So Ahmad Fawzi, I don't know. Then it's kind of a familiar name. I'm guessing maybe out of Kuwait. Anwar Darwish Ali, maybe also from Kuwait. Maybe I'm generalizing here. Bola Ojex, I do know who Bola is. I've seen him a few times. Very good. David Henry, David Henry. We were both hoping, Giles, he would come out and do the show. And
he was only competing last year. He was at the Muscle Contest Ireland, the one that I was emceeing, yeah. And he got second there. And I had him winning it, to be honest.
Physique wise, I've seen him a few times in recent years. I remember when I went to Legion the first time he won that out in Long Beach. I don't see his physique going downhill. Condition, everything is still there.
He's a winner. He'll win it.
I'm looking at the list, and I don't know who's beating him. I mean, there's some good guys, but Dave Henry was top 10 in the Open Olympia a couple times. He was the first 202 Olympia champ. He's been up there many times. Eric Farnsworth, who is probably equally as famous for his deep tissue massage abilities as a bodybuilder. Look, he's in San Diego. He's originally from Massachusetts. I always have to make sure people know that. People fly from all over the country to San Diego just to get work done by him.
Wow.
So how good do you have to be that people fly to get a massage by you?
That's incredible. And he's good. But his legendary leg sessions as well.
Yeah, his leg training has been legendary for years. When he was younger, he was like all legs. He's balanced his physique out quite a bit, but he still has. When you see his physique, you're immediately drawn to the quads. Just because you know me, I'm all about that sweep, and he's got a sweep like Jay Cutler, like whoosh.
But he competed last year, didn't he? Look at his condition was incredible.
He's always shredded.
Yeah.
I think he's like 170 pounds or something. But, he's very good. Okay, next on the list, Fernando Noronha de Almeida. Take a wild guess here and say Brazil, as he's got like 5 names in a row there. I don't know Fernando, but all these people I don't know. I'm very curious to see what they look like, because if they got selected for this, I'm sure a lot of guys applied, a lot of men and women applied to be in this contest, and they selected very carefully. But next up, Hidetada Yamagishi. Yes. Hide, Arnold Classic 212 champion, was top 5 in the Olympia several times, won a lot of shows back in the day. Yeah, he's only been out of it for a minute, as we discussed recently. We both thought he had been away from the stage longer than he had, but I'm just curious, Giles, when you say you saw like ink tears, like is there anything like a major tear, like the muscles really retracted, or is it just like a little dent?
I've noticed there's a bit of atrophy in his lats and his quad sweep. But then again, maybe he can get that back. I don't know. I don't know how he's going to look, but he's going to look almost as good. I don't see him looking like he did when I saw him in, say, Dallas in 2012.
Yeah.
Second to Sean Roden there in the Open.
Quad sweep is very hard to maintain for some reason as you get older.
Yeah, some people.
I mean, you can maintain most of your legs. I've seen a lot of guys with their legs overall, the mass doesn't seem like it's that much, has diminished too much, but the sweep has considerably flattened out. It doesn't bow out like a crescent anymore.
Yeah.
Jeff Williamson. Not familiar with Jeff, are you? Not me, anybody. Ji Cheng, Qian.
Nope.
Quan? Yeah, Quan?
I thought King Jun Ho, who remember he got second at the New York Pro a few years ago, I thought he would have done this because he's like nearly 50, isn't he? And he's still looking incredible.
He's got to be over. I bet he's over. He's over 50. He's got to be over 50, that guy.
Yeah, but he was still looking really, really good and very, very competitive. So I'm really surprised he's not doing this.
Right. No, I'm surprised there's not more. I believe a lot of the 212 athletes from Korea, and there's a lot of them are in their 40s or beyond. As you can see, the muscle maturity and everything. It's not, there's some younger ones too. Ji Chen Kwan, not sure, but I'm going to guess Korea, maybe China. Jim Everton? No? Anybody? Bueller? Don't know who he is. Johnny Shreve. I do know Johnny. Used to see him. I saw him at the Toronto Pro. Johnny actually has a YouTube channel. Do you guys watch Coach Greg Doucette ever? The Canadian? No. He does. I love that. I'm a big fan of his YouTube videos. And Johnny does really good videos too. They used to do them together, and then Johnny broke off on his own. Very, very balanced physique. Masum Butt.
He's good. He's very good.
Yeah.
He's from Ireland.
Ireland.
Yeah, he's from Pakistani, but he actually lives in Ireland. He runs he's got like a grocery store. Oh, okay. He's actually really, really good.
Milton Martinez, I do know who he is because he's won the Masters bodybuilding at Tim Gardner shows a couple times that I've been there. Tampa Pro, I think he won the Chicago Pro Masters one time. And he always does open, and a lot of times he's been in top 5 or top 6. So Milton should get a good look. Ricardo Plata Duran. I don't know Ricardo. Ryan Walters. I do know Ryan. He was a friend. Jose used to coach him. He's friends with Matt Puglia. He used to come up to like the Boston area and train with us once or twice a year. Oh, cool. I think he owned a supplement store. He's a coach. Yeah, I see him when I go down to Nashville. I think he lives in Nashville now. When I've done the Redcon gym openings. Steve Thayer is he maybe from UK? Steve Thayer?
I don't know his name.
I don't know. Wayne Williams. I know Wayne. I've seen Wayne. Yeah, I know Wayne. I believe he's a bald dude, pretty massive, big arms, big shoulders. And Zohir Mihubi. Don't know Zohir. No. So, all right, here we go again. I'll start. I don't want to keep making it on you because then they always when they disagree with people, they're gonna latch on to you. So I'll just say my top 5 in no particular order. Maybe it is a particular order. Dave Henry. Yeah. I'll go Dave Henry, Hidetada. I think Derek Farnsworth, Milton Martinez. Maybe either Johnny Shreve or Ryan. But these names that I don't know, who knows? One of them could win any of these cases, except for Open. I think Open, if we haven't heard of you and you're in the Open, you're probably not going to win because these other guys are they're very much more experienced. But 212, I could see it definitely a case where some of these unknown names do very, very well.
Yep, I've got Dave Henry. I think Bola Ojeks will have a shout. I think he's really, really good. Done top 3 in many 212 shows. He's one of those guys that doesn't seem to age. Masum Butt will have a very good chance. He's very, very good. Gets very good condition. Very, very good symmetry. He's had some very good placings in the 212. Derek Farnsworth, because he's still looking good. 1 or 2 years ago, I mean, he's been competing. I mean, he's conditioning and everything, and I think he'll be really gunning for this one. And Hide, I think Hide will look good as well. I mean, you can't discount Hide because I mean he was still, just missing top 10 at the Olympias 2 years ago, so 2-3 years ago. So yeah, I'd say that's the likely suspects.
All right, let's pull up, Jen, if we could, classic physique selected athletes. And yeah, I think we all agreed on the likely winner here. So classic physique.
Easy.
We got some names I know, some names I don't know. Alex Cambronero at the top of the list, and I'm going to go right out on a limb here, guys, and call it right now. We're still in April, and August is a ways away. I'm going to say congratulations, Alex, on your Masters Olympia Classic Physique title. Good job. Good job, Alex.
Easy win.
He was just how did he do with the honor? Like 3rd, right? third at the Arnold behind Ramon and Urs.
Yeah, he's like 6th, 7th at Olympia. I mean, he's incredible.
Yeah, I mean, he's still top of his game. I didn't even know he was 40. Yeah, can I tell my little Alex Camarnero story real quick?
Go for it.
Go on then.
So that same Ronnie weekend that I reference all the time, like I'm living in the past, but Alex Camarnero and his wife Maggie were there. There was like 20, 25, 27 of us all together. And they were kids. They were like 20, 21 years old. He was probably 140 pounds soaking wet. She was just a little girl that looked like she worked out. I don't know if they were married yet. They were already a couple. Maybe they were married. But it's crazy that I didn't even think about him for years and years. And then I ran into him when he was competing. And he said, "Do you remember the Ronnie weekend?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "You don't remember me?" I said, "Oh, that was you. It looked like you ate that kid." Yeah. Wow. So
Oh my God.
Alex Camarnero, that's my Alex story. Probably that's my pick for the win. He's just I can't believe he's 40, to be honest with you. He looks fantastic. Ali Emery, Emre. Don't know Ali. Durham Charles. Whew, last from the past. Durham I wonder if you go for like total pro wins, I'd have to look it up. But I know Dexter has the record, but I bet Durham's up there. Durham used to win like all these shows left and right.
You want to know a fun fact?
Yes.
He won the first ever New York Pro in 2005.
Wow. You remember they used to call him the king of the $10,000 shows.
Yes, yeah, because he scooped them all up.
Because if it was one of those shows that wasn't one of the big shows and he showed up, he was always in shape. He did the cool dance, the popping and locking during his routine.
I saw him guest pose at the 2012 Masters Olympia, and he's fantastic. Yeah. And he posed to Sail, the track. Sail. To show your love. And his posing's fantastic.
He did open many times, open bodybuilding. Did he ever do 212?
No, but he did top 10 at the Olympia.
Yeah. Oh, he
2003 Olympia, remember that one? I think he was, what was he there, 8th or 9th or something?
He's been up there. I mean, he's, physique is phenomenal. He's not a huge guy, but beautiful shape. His peak biceps, little tiny waist, flaring quads.
And he did the first ever Classic Olympia with second to Danny Hester, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So he's a pioneer of Classic.
Very successful transition to Classic.
Good personal trainer. He's Dan Solomon's personal trainer.
Is he really?
Yeah. Dan goes to see him 3 times a week and he kills him.
Wow, okay. Not a bad gig. Next up, Dawid Geller, Dawid, Dawid, Geler. Don't know who you are. Dion Harris, no relation, but I should know him because he's a Harris. I should know all the Rons and all the Harrises in the sport. I do know Dion. I've seen him before. Very good. I want to say he's a taller guy. Yeah, I've seen Dion. He's been obviously they weren't master shows. He was doing open. I want to say like most of the shows we cover a lot of. Chicago Pro is a Gardner show. Tampa, I want to say it's been those shows. But he's probably been in all kinds of shows. Eric Perkins, not familiar. Esteban Smith, I'm not familiar. Greg Rando, geez, he turned pro back at Team Universe as a bodybuilder like 25 years ago. He's done 212. I don't know if he ever did open. Moved to Classic. Legally blind. Well, he's like more than legally blind. He's like fully blind. From Massachusetts. I think he's been in Florida for a while. Interesting fact, I told you guys he used to be Jose Raymond's roommate. They were apartment or housemates or something for a while. So, yeah, Greg's been doing this a very long time. And, yeah, phenomenal muscle quality. Muscle maturity on him is off the charts. Crazy peak biceps. Javier Martinez, don't know. Sounds familiar. Kelvin Hind, I've seen him. I know the name. I know I've seen Kelvin before.
He was desperately trying to get to the Olympia, and he did every single show. He did Spain, he did Prague, he did Romania, and he was getting seconds and thirds, and he just missed it right at the last thing because he was on our flight coming back from I think it was Prague, and he says I'm spending all my money. He says I'm doing everything I can to get to the Olympia. He says I've got to get there. And then right at the last minute, he got knocked off the points and wasn't able to make it. So he was absolutely gutted because he dedicated the whole year of his life to just doing show after show after show after show.
Gosh, and probably on his own dime, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
it's not a cheap sport.
But he looks good. He's really good. He's really good.
The rest of the names I'm not familiar with most of them. Luis Garcia Martinez, Michael Perez, Olashomo Oni. Peter Sciallo. I've seen Peter before. Richie Chan, Ross Caesar, Shanti Mitchell, Thomas Conley, Vladimir Markov. Is Thomas Conley, is that the dentist we had on the cover of MD? He's Post Malone's dentist and DaBaby.
I think it is. Yeah.
I think it is too.
Wow. That's cool.
Yeah, he turned pro in Classic. That is him. Yeah, he was on the cover of MD. He's a multi-millionaire dentist. He does these diamond teeth for like the rappers are like $1 million a tooth.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I remember when we did during the interview, I said, how do you manage to get all your meals in? Because dentists, these things you're doing, these grills, these seem like pretty drawn out procedures. He said, well, I put people under. He said this on camera, so I'm not putting him on blast. He said this, so he would put the people under anesthesia, and he would go eat his meal and then come back and work on them. So I guess they were just under a little bit longer than maybe they needed. Everyone was safe. These are all celebrities, so yeah, Tom Conley. Okay, good for you. Man. So Alec Cambronero. I don't know beyond top two, but I'm going to go top two, Alex and Darren. I don't think he can lose money on that bet.
Yeah, that's pretty safe. Pretty safe. I just hope Darren looks pretty good. I hope he looks good, because I don't want to see him looking because he's knocking on now. He's been around a while.
He turned pro in like 92.
Wow.
When he won the Caribbean Championships.
Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, that's where he's from. So he's got to be, I'm going to say late 50s. He might even be 60 by now. Oh, you got Doc. Let's see. Doc Ock. Yeah, there you go. The most jacked dentist in the world. Look at that.
Wow.
And we had Post Malone on the cover along with him and DaBaby. And of course, because Pear photos, DaBaby, yeah. Pear Bernal photos, because he's Pear's dentist. Pear has beautiful teeth now.
Yes.
Everybody this guy works on, big bucks, but you're going to have the teeth like nobody else. Yeah, look at that. So, well, good for him. Okay, interesting. Congratulations, Tom. Good to see you on the Master League. Men's physique. Honestly, did not know a lot of these names. Aiden Marcus, Andrea Mosti. The only reason I know Andrea Mosti is because he was on the list incorrectly when it was supposed to be like Andrea Presti one time in one of the European show roster. Anton Antipov. I believe he lives in New York, originally probably from Russia, I'm guessing. He's very good. I remember him. Byron Ross, Dawan Freeman, David Odom, Everett Davis, Everton Ribeiro, George Brown. I know George.
Yeah, he's good.
Good, taller guy, I believe. Harlan Taylor, Joshua Petrecki, Kenyon Lino, Kevin Reeder, Marcel Shippen, Michael Ferguson. Michael Ferguson sounds familiar. I hope I'm not just thinking of Andre Ferguson, though. Who knows? Myron Griffin, Sharif Reed, Terrence Teo, and Yusuf Judy, DJOUDI. Yeah, that's a tough one to call right there. I don't know, but I confess. Yeah, I mean, I can. There's probably some guys there who are fantastic, and I don't even know what they look like, and one of them will probably win. We're mentioning all the divisions. Bikini. I was kind of concerned about Bikini because I'm thinking, how many of them are over 40?
Yeah.
Wellness, I was even more concerned because that's such a new division. Like, how many over 40 wellness pros can there be? And Jose,
I knew there would be a few. I knew there'd be a few.
Well, Jose assured me. He said, "You're going to find out a lot of these women in wellness that you thought were in their 30s, they're actually over 40 when this list comes out."
They've been around competing in other categories like figure or bikini, and then physiques have just developed over time, and then they've gone right. Okay, wellness is here, and I'm going to make my ass as big as I can, and they go and jump in that class. But
yeah, I mean that division's been around for a long time in South America and Europe too, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So maybe they were in other organizations too. Who knows? Yeah. So Bikini, I'm going to only stop when I recognize a name. So Abby Gaetano, Aneta Solchik, Angela Rusili, Aileen Santander, Shayla Noor, Christy Brown, Elisangela Angel, Jerry Laura Berger, Gigi Amuro, that sounds familiar, Janine Herrera, Jessica Wilson, Karen Hennick, Larissa Godoy, America Abado, Michelle Hurst, Nicole Gugia, Nicole Jennifer Johnson, Nucia Freita Samo, Patricia Lloyd, Ruth Montes, and Susan Price. I'm the worst bikini fan ever. I don't recognize one of those names.
I don't.
Someone in the comments is going to be like, "You idiots! Don't you know so and so?" No, we don't. You don't know every 212 bodybuilder. I promise you, whoever you are. Wellness. Wellness. Some of the names I do know in this one. So Alessandro Pinheiro, I guess in Brazil. Angelica Ispodnikova. Sounds like an Eastern Europe, nice Europe. Carly Thornton. I've seen Carly before. She's good. Casey
Okay.
DeLong.
We had her in the studio last year.
Oh yeah, Carly. Is she from UK?
Yeah, she's from UK. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Casey DeLong, Cinzia Massardo.
Casey, I know. She's pretty good. She's pretty good.
Yeah, she was one of the first. I think she was in the very first pro wellness show.
She's won a few. She's won a few in like normal, you know. So she's current, you know.
Yeah, because the ones I was seeing they weren't masters wellness, and she was in them. Cinzia Massaro Clapp, Clarissa Sanchez, Danny Traeger, Elizabeth Williams, Flora Conti, Huda Mini. Did anybody you want to mention there yet?
Laura was good. She used to compete in, I think it was train physique in NABA many years ago. I think she won the NABA Universe.
Okay.
And then she switched to wellness, and she's looking really good, actually. She's late 40s, but she's pretty good.
Joanne Norwood, Liliana Velez Marin, Nerilde Garcia, Nicolette Burns.
Nerilda's very, very good. She turned pro at the 2021 Romania Muscle Fest.
I do know that name for some reason.
And she got top 3 in the pro the next day. And I'm sure she's done top 5 or top 6 Olympia. I'm pretty sure. She's really up there. She's probably one of that's probably the one I'm kind of thinking will win.
Okay. Nicolette Burns, Juana Marinescu, Samara Walter, Dainara Santana, Tanya Viegas. Yeah, so I didn't think most of the current Olympia level wellness women they're not quite 40 yet. Figure, I did see a lot more familiar names. Figure does seem to have more of the more mature competitors in it in general, as opposed compared to like Bikini. So Alyssa Carpio, Corey Morales, who is married to Dr. Morales, who sponsors the Olympia and many other shows. Dee Jackson, she's still very much
very good,
a very good open competitor still. Dorota Ogonowska, Georgina Lona from Mexico. I know Georgina. Gina Palma, Hair Eun, Jennifer Reese, Jessica Baltazar, Jessica Reyes Padilla. Congratulations, Jessica!
Congratulations
on
the win.
Olympia. I mean, she was second. Was she second at the Olympia? I mean, come on now.
And she told us. Remember, she told us at the after dinner, the gala thing.
Yeah.
She told us that she was going to be doing the. She said, "I'm doing Masters Olympia." I was like, "Oh, fantastic!"
Yeah, I mean, if you don't win that, come on now. Kim Clark, Larissa Penelosa, Martina Yabakova. I've seen Martina a few times. She's done very well in the Open. At least she's out of Canada. Roberta Vicentener, Chalet Shoemaker, very good. I know I've seen that name many times. Stella Miliani, Thais Werner, Veronica Gallego, who is Emilio's wife.
Yeah, it's Emilio's wife. Yeah, she competes in every single show in Europe. She loves competing, and I had a training with Brandon Curry on the Olympia All Star Tour in Spain, and they were doing the upside down leg press, and she was pretty much keeping up with the guys. She was training with Brandon Curry and Angel Calderon, and they were going to take weights off, and she went, no, leave it on. And like Emilio was just there with the biggest smile on his face. It was hilarious.
She's not like 250 pounds.
Brandon came over and he looked at me and he gave me this really worried look, and I said, Brandon, mate, she's kicking your ass here, mate.
I mean, I hate to but I don't want to bring biology into it, but upper body strength between males and females, there's a great disparity. Lower body strength, not so much.
Yeah.
Women's lower bodies are not that far behind men's.
I think Lauren can squat more than me at the moment.
There you go. Yelena Larina and Zolfia Bitieva. That's
awesome.
Figure.
Yeah, Zolfia.
We still got a few. Oh, hey, two more divisions to go. Women's physique. Alita Opre, Bridget Anderson, Candice Carr. Candice, I've heard. I know who that is. I've seen her before. Caroline Alves dos Santos. Heather Grace, I've seen many times. She's hang on.
Good. Caroline Alves dos Santos is fantastic. She reminds me of Juliana Malacan.
Oh wow! She did
Spain.
Olympia champ.
When me and Laura were doing the live stream commentary, she did Spain a couple of times, and she came very, very close to winning it. In fact, she could have won it, and she's absolutely sensational.
Oh. Ivy Rain is very, very good. I didn't know she was that old.
There's the winner.
If she doesn't win, I don't know who's. Jennifer Taylor, also very good.
Well, Jennifer, I thought was done. I thought she was retired. She was she said she'd had her implants taken out because they were too far apart. And she said, now I don't compete. I don't want my implants. She said, so I'm going to get them taken out, and I'm just living normally now. So obviously, this show has brought her back to competing. But she's been second. She was second in 2017 Olympia.
Was it second? I remember. What was the last year you went to Tampa? Was it 17 or 18?
2017.
Hey guys,
she won it, and
I just want to acknowledge we got a VIP in the chat. We have Olympia TV here with us watching live.
Olympia TV.
Yes.
Oh boy.
And we also have from MD Muscle Talk, John Livia.
Cool.
Thank you, Olympia TV. I don't know who from Olympia TV, if it's Tarek or whoever, but thank you for watching. John Livia, Seriousness and Silliness is his YouTube channel, but he does MD Muscle Talk for us. Just had a really good show with Beef Stew the other day. Beef Stew.
That was funny on Giles and Jen. I just have to say this real quick. And of course, Natalia Coelho is with us, Women's Physique Olympia champion for 2022. When we were on with her, I said, have you ever heard of beef stew? And she was like, what? I said, beef stew. She goes, what's beef stew? I said, well, it's not a what, it's a who.
Delicious.
A lot of people think he is. And he was on MD Muscle Talk, and John had an amazing interview with him.
Yeah. I'm just going to jump to women's bodybuilding because I didn't recognize a lot of the women's physique names. Women's bodybuilding, I recognize a lot of them because as we pointed out, Giles and I on the last episode of Power Hour, which was just yesterday, that women's bodybuilders, a lot of them are already over 30 or over 40 anyway. So it wouldn't be like a huge leap for them to try to get into this. So
hang on, can I just say something? I was surprised that no Hella Trevino, no Irene Anderson, and I actually thought Iris Kyle was going to do this because I knew that Hida was doing it, and she was looking in really good shape recently. I had a feeling she was going to do this, so I'm actually a little bit sad to see that none of those three are doing this. But the thing is, they're still doing well in the Olympia, Hella and Irene. So maybe they're just thinking, well, what? But I thought maybe there'd be a couple of different ladies in this one.
Yeah, the timing of these shows sometimes just if you want to do the Olympia in November.
Yeah,
you probably don't want to peak at the end of August, and then what do you got to do? You have to hold your peak for September, October, another like 2.5 months. It would be rough.
I thought I had Sean Clarida on the hook doing the Open.
Wouldn't do it. Not this show.
He said, I'm interested, Giles. He says I'll speak to Matt Jansen, my coach. He said because if the prize money's right, and Matt thinks he can fit it into my prep. He says I'll do it, but he obviously didn't go for it.
That would have been amazing. That would have been phenomenal. But
Sean Clarida.
All right, so that was like that show was our wish list. That's who we really would love to see. Perfect, in a perfect world. Names I recognize here: Cheryl Mears, I've seen. Donna Salib just won an Open show last year. I think I was at. I want to say it was Chicago. Jacqueline Fuchs, also very good. Laurie Conley, Maria Segura, Michelle Brent, just on Raw Online a couple weeks back. 62 years old, I believe she is. So God bless her. 64. She looks phenomenal. Shauna Boswell, Sylvia Mata. Wow.
Shauna's good. Great poser. Beautiful, beautiful look.
Virginia Sanchez also. I mean, great list, guys. This is a great show. I'm going to go to the live chat. Can I do that?
Yeah,
Jen,
you can go live chat.
You go live chat. Turn off the volume.
Yes, make sure you do that. Otherwise, we'll have feedback.
You're going to...
Actually, you know what? I got an idea. Yeah, hold on. I got an idea. I'm going to share the screen. Share the screen so you can see it right here.
I don't need... Oh, okay. So I can just get out of that.
Yeah. Okay, let me just go here and do that and do that and that. And there we go.
All right. I start the list now. So it's our analytics right now, Jen. Oh, we got the live stream on the right.
Now you should see it.
Our faces are covering it on my screen.
There I am.
You see it? Okay.
There we go. Now you should be able to see it.
I'm gonna go to YouTube to do it.
It'll come up in a minute. You'll see it.
No, I see. Yeah, I see it, but now I'm like, do I get out of that? Oh boy. Wow, I'm all over this thing. Master Olympia returns. Master Olympia YouTube studio.
Will Larry Wheels compete?
Is that what somebody was asking? Boy.
Larry Wheels? Okie dokie.
No.
I need to. Can you read it? You can read it. I'm still trying to figure out how to. I want to leave the whole.
All right.
I want to leave the. I want to leave the
No
call.
problem. All right. So.
It says here Olympia TV.
Wait, okay. I had to hide video panel. I'm good. Okay, here we go.
So, it says here Ron Harris and Giles should be in Romania with us. Well, Alina's already asked me and Lauren to go.
Yeah, we can see.
So we can do lives for you as well. I mean, if they want, I think they want us to do the live stream. They just asked me. They just asked us if we were available, and I said yes, we are, because obviously we did Romania for the 2 years running. So, so I said, yeah, of course, I'd love to.
John Livia, you're the VIP. I don't know, are you? Gandros, you did a stream on Vancouver. Is there I know there's a show in Vancouver. Was it a pro show that just happened?
It's coming up. It's coming up. It's not for a while.
Oh, because they had one in Vancouver, but I don't think that was a pro show. I remember seeing it all over Instagram. Thank you, Jen. Donna won the New York Pro. Thank you, John. Yeah, these shows kind of all blend together for me. Arlette, Fit Over 40, says, I was also disappointed to not see Iris Kyle in the lineup. I'm pleasantly surprised to see all the where'd it go?
Oh. You lost it.
I'm going to go to my own. I'm going to go to it myself anyway. That way I can scroll up and down. Yeah, I like to be able to scroll. Make sure I have the volume off. I do. Okay, so she said, Arlette, surprised that Iris wasn't in it. Pleasantly surprised to see all these names. I don't think there'd be such a turnout considering how low the prize money. Well, we don't know the prize money is. We know the total prize, but we don't know the breakdown. I haven't seen, first place for this division. I haven't seen anything like that yet.
Yeah, no prize money yet. They've not. I wonder if it'll be equal amongst all the divisions.
That would be a first. I don't think that's ever happened.
Yeah.
Open traditionally always gets larger percentage because they're the draw. That's why most people go to these shows is the open bodybuilding. Natalia Coelho, thank you so much, Natalia, as always, for joining us. She's also a moderator. Yeah. Jen says, hey, Natalia, it's actually happening. Carrie Canazzi, yeah, the show is actually happening. For some reason I can't hear you now, Giles. Oh, what did I do to you?
Oh, hear me.
Oh, there you go. Okay. What did I saw your lips moving. This is the final list.
For a second.
Yeah. Parucho says he's too old. You're too old to recognize any of those names. Well, we didn't really get a lot of we thought maybe we'd see some comebacks from people that have been gone for like 20 years or something. We didn't see that.
But they said Ronnie Raquel was doing it.
Yeah, that was an April Fool's joke. Shame on you, Ronnie. How dare you tease us?
Yeah. And we got excited when we heard Ronnie.
Because he's good. I mean, he was very good, Ronnie Raquel. Like you said, sixth place in the Open Olympia twice. He was very good. Let's see. Where's the link? Link to what, Gandros? I don't know what he's looking for. Gandros is looking for the Vancouver stream link or something, but you're not going to find it here. I'm sorry. Half of these people drop out? No, I don't think so. I don't think anybody's going to drop out.
No, it won't, because there was a lot of people obviously got turned away.
Right. I think the people who applied for this, they really want to do it. And getting back to the money, I don't think most of these people on this list are in it for the money. They're not.
Yeah.
It's an honor to be on an Olympia stage and have that prestige. And for a lot of these people on that list that we didn't recognize the names, they never got to be on the Olympia stage. So this is their time to shine finally. So
and that venue is not. It's pretty incredible. That venue, an arena. Incredible.
The one that you've been to the Muscle Fest one in Budapest. If it's even on that scale, that's phenomenal.
Bucharest, you're talking about Hungary.
It looks Bucharest. What did I say? Budapest. I am the European expert, am I not? Olympia TV and Giles will be remaining with us.
For the Americans.
So Giuseppe Rico, this is a list for which category of master. So if you go to Masters Olympia Instagram, I think it's just called Masters Olympia. It's got the full list posted on it. It's got every category. There are nine or 10 divisions. It's every division except for wheelchair is represented in this. Let's see. Olympia TV, these two handsome guys. John pointing out that we're handsome. Thank you, John. VIP. Don't skip WPD. Oh, no, we talked about it. We didn't. I don't want to. Well, it's tough when I don't know a lot of the names. I feel like a dope. Arlette, Fit over 50, you're getting better at pronouncing French names. You got my name right. So impressive. Arlette?
Over 40, not over 50.
Yeah, I don't know which French names. Spanish names, I'm all set. I can pronounce those all day. Greg Ulisse, pro from Canada, from Montreal. It's a great turnout. Did Vinny Galante make it, John? Yes, he did. Yes, he did. John's a friend of Vinny, so congratulations, Vinny. He really wanted to get in, and yeah, because I don't think Vinny ever made it to the Olympia stage. So here he is. He's gonna be really happy. Yeah, let's wrap it up, guys. Let's wrap it up. It's 2:25. So, because we got to do another power hour in a couple days anyway. So it's been a lot of power hour here. So yeah, guys, if you're not watching the live, leave some comments below. We love your feedback. Who's on the list that you're surprised to see? Who you wish you could have seen? Whatever you want to say. But it's called comments. You can say whatever you want. I always go back and look at them and respond if they merit a response. If you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe. It's free. If you like the videos, hit the like thing. The little thing looks like a thumbs up. There's a thing in the corner. It looks like a bell. That's notifications. That's when you know we have all the great content like Giles' show. Global Muscle, Buff Bombshells, Brazilian Beat, MD Muscle Talk, Us Talk Testosterone, No Way Jose, Fac Attack. Oh, it goes on and on and on. We just have so many great shows. There's even one called Ron Line Report you might want to check out once in a while. We do the occasional interview. But yeah, that way you know when we have them. So you also have to have your notifications turned on your phone. It's in the settings, your little iPhone 15 or 16 or 18 or whatever you have. So do that, and we very much appreciate you guys watching. Appreciate Giles staying up late again. It is 5 hours ahead over the United Kingdom. Oof. You must be getting kind of sleepy, Giles. No,
it's only 7:30.
Stays up.
Looking to probably get Nando's or something.
Yeah,
it's delicious. And of course, thanks to Jen behind the scenes doing the. You call this thing the studio live thing? What do you call
Directing?
No. The name of the program. It's called Studio. Anyway, it doesn't matter. She's doing it. MD Live. So, without Jen, we wouldn't be able to show you the images and do this live the way we do. Only way I know how to do stuff live is on my phone, which is why I do my Ask Ron Lives. And it's just me looking up my nostrils on my phone. You see, occasionally there's a hair poking out. What am I going to do? So that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Giles. Thank you, Jen. Everybody, Masters Olympia list is out. It's not until August, but we have a lot of time.
I'm going.
Giles will be there in Romania, and Jen and I will be there in spirit. Yeah.
Ron, I didn't know whether to stay or Romania.
Oh man!
Yeah, if you guys don't read MD Global Muscle Buzz, is that still the name of the column?
This is not Giles and Jen. Giles, you can't do.
He's got the awful puns, but Giles is very witty. I don't read everything in the magazine because I've already read everything that I wrote, but I always go to Giles's. Very unique, Giles. If the name wasn't on it, you would know within a couple paragraphs that's Giles. Giles wrote that. I would anyway.
And I'm not on drugs when I write it.
Oh God.
Well, I don't disparage anyone that does do that. But, whatever gets your creative juices flowing. Yeah, he's in the Prizo issue. Yeah, that's MD Global Muscle Buzz. Yeah, what was it called originally?
It's always been called that.
It was always called that.
Steve named it. Steve named everything. He named Global Muscle. He said, I want a show called Global Muscle, and I want a column called Global Muscle Buzz. And I went, okay, I'll do that.
So, how many years? It's been like 12 years, 14 years for that column?
No. It only started,
2018, 5
years ago?
5 years.
Really? Sure.
No, it was 4 or 5 years. But I've been with MD since late 2010.
You didn't have a column all that time?
No. I did. I wanted one, but they wouldn't give me one. No, I actually I had the Euro muscle scene. Do you remember?
Yeah. Okay. See,
and then I went to work for the other guys, and then I came back in 2017, right. And then I started Global Muscle at the end of 2018. Yeah. And then 2018, 2019 started the column, and obviously Global Muscle's been running for nearly end of 2018, November 2018 we started.
Euro Muscle.
See,
It'd be like, here's this new guy. You're going to hear about him pretty soon. His name is William Bonac. It'd be like that.
Mhm.
So many future superstars. The first look anyone in America in a magazine got at them was in your column. So many guys.
I don't get out much.
Get out much? Okay. All right, guys, we're gonna wrap it up. See, we're getting a little nutty here, so it's time to go. But again, thanks for watching this MD Live special report on the Masters Olympia list announcement. Again, if you want to see the full list, go to the Masters Olympia Instagram. It's all posted there, and you'll see some names you know, some names you don't know. But looking forward to that show. It's going to be a good one. So thanks for watching, everybody. Appreciate it, and we'll see you next. Hey, did you like that video? Smash that like button, subscribe to MD, and please comment down below. Thanks for watching.